Let's move on to the feature event. This is a cracking race, race number 7, the listed HG Bolton Sprint. It's over the 1,200 metre journey, and we're going to go back and have a look at Megatic. This was Megatic taking out the Grandstand Cup. He carried the 60 kilograms. He straightened up in 6th position, was pulled to the outside and simply proved far too good for his opposition.
Then Corporate Sam Tarzi's at the head of the remainder. Late Night Flight in front, challenged by Noble Steed and Megatic. Megatic running on down the outside, looms up the Late Night Flight. Noble Steed, Tarzi runs on behind them, but Megatic bursts clear. And here's another one in the Grandstand Cup for Megatic.
This was a brilliant win by Megatic. He sat off them, won off the fence in about 6th place, got to the outside, rolled to the front. Noble Steed fought on very well to his credit, but gee, it was a brilliant first up return over the 1,400 by Megatic.
Yeah, he's a classy animal, Rich. I suppose the one concern possibly maybe the drop back to 1,200 metres. He hasn't started since the 17th of April, so he's been given a good time between drinks by Albie Beckett, so he'll be nice and fresh. And look, if he's on song, he was narrowly defeated in this race last year. Look, he's certainly the one to beat, I think. Yeah,
he looks that way. They'll go out hard because Sporting Fella, who's a very interesting runner, has drawn to gate number 3, Wendy and Danny Miller. Absolute flying machine, and we saw last campaign he beat Tudor Lad and beat him on his merits in what was a very strong form race as it turned out. So he'll go forward. Revolution will be up there cracking away on the speed as well. So there's going to be enough top-end speed for Megatic to certainly get home. 60 kilos. I'll be looking for a lightweight though, and I think the two that I'm pretty keen on are Black in Time, who trialled well recently under a really good hold and has gone well fresh in the past, and also Foxy Boy, who was a terrific run in the Bunbury Stakes when coming back from a spell, and does go well when it can race handy and on the fence, and he's drawn beautifully in gate number 1. If you go back to a Goodwood Sprint last season, he actually meets these horses so much better at the weights. Horses like Escadere and also Idyllic Prince. He comes in really well at the weights. Idyllic Prince doesn't come in that well at the weights when you compare him to Megatic.
Right.
You know, only half a kilo behind Megatic. And I think when they met last season, Idyllic Prince had about 4 or 5 kilos on Megatic on a couple of occasions.
All right, let's go back and have a look at the trial effort of Idyllic Prince, who was well held by Jason Brown. This was back on the 3rd of May. He does win the trial. Thought it was a pretty good effort by Idyllic
fourth
Prince.
And Kim Star between them. Biker Rumba, the leader down the straight with just over 200 to go. It's now 2 lengths to Idyllic Prince. Me James Boy on the inside. They were followed by Phenomenons and Kim Star. The leader getting close to home is still in front, Biker Rumba. Coming after it now, Idyllic Prince. Idyllic Prince goes to Biker Rumba, and Idyllic Prince.
There's a nice trial by Idyllic Prince. Sat outside the leader, Biker Rumba. Cruised up to Biker Rumba. Phenomenons was coming down the outside. A few of them were under reasonably good holds, but none more so than Idyllic Prince, who really cantered over the line.
Yeah, he's a classy performer, Rich. He's won 13 of his 37 career starts. He goes well fresh. Barrier 10, he should slot in just behind him. There appears to be a bit of speed in the race, and I'm sure they're going to know Idyllic Prince is out there on Saturday. Let's go to the Northern Sprint. This was taken out by a promising 3-year-old Kit Schwarzer. We're going to have a look at Escadere, who finishes in 4th place. Other runners in the race, London, who was 6th. In 5th position was Revolution, and Grand Nirvana was 8th, beaten 6 3/4 of a length in what appeared to be a bit of a disappointing run.
Escadere's getting into the clear. London's at the head of the remainder. Vane Raider at the 250, about to be taken on by the favourite Kid Schwarzer. Vane Raider, Kid Schwarzer levels up. Escadere runs on. Revolution behind them from Arroyo Gold, but it's Kid Schwarzer gaining the upper hand over Vane Raider, and the 3-year-olds too strong for them.
Your Grand Nirvana had a very, very tough run, so he'll be greatly improved by that effort, and he's gone much better second up in the past as well. So don't be surprised if he's the one finishing like a train late in the race. Escadere loomed up, had a nice run, looked a winning chance 200 out, just peaked on the run a little bit. London had a setback going into the race, got to the outside. He worked home fairly well, London. His sectional was pretty good. And Revolution, who sat just behind the pace on the inside, battled away hard up the straight.
Also in there, Rich, is Arroyo Gold, who charged home and finished 3rd. He's done that before. We all know Arroyo Gold's Arroyo Gold. I mean, he's a wonderful horse to own. He's won up near the $430,000 mark, but hasn't been a great friend of punters.
No, he's I say typical, isn't he, Arroyo Gold? He's a wonderful horse. He's consistent. He always, not always, but usually knuckles to the task over the 200. Last 200, if he gets the right streaming run through the field, he's a chance again. He's got a winning chance, but he's more of a place chance. Yeah.
Well, Rich, on Wednesday at Belmont, I was fortunate enough to catch up with Dan Stake. He'll take the ride aboard Grand Nirvana on Saturday, and here's what he had to say. Well, Dan, Grand Nirvana first up. He finished 8th. What did you make of his run?
Yeah, I don't think he should take too much from the run. He went into the race below his best, and he performed below his best. But, people could sort of forget that. I think you see, the horse close to his best on Saturday.
So he's shown you in his training, following his first up effort, that he's come forward from that run?
Yeah, he's improved a hell of a lot, and his fitness has come forward, and he's mentally, I think he's a lot fitter. And he did win this race last year, but albeit it was probably a smaller field, and this race has certainly got the depth, perhaps even a bit more than what it had last year. And he gets into the race not too badly weighted, 54.5, but it's a top race, and I think he'll need a few breaks to go his way, but he's improved enough to be in the finish of this race.
He has drawn barrier 12. It's going to be a tough ask for you on board, Dan. Where do you see yourself in the run? He likes to get back and run on. Is that the way you'll try and ride him on Saturday?
Yeah, I haven't given it too much thought as yet, but he raced a little bit fresh at first up and raced wide with no cover, and certainly probably be looking to ride him a little bit quieter than that in this race, and I think he can finish his races better when he's ridden like that.
All right, well, best of luck on Saturday. Let's hope you can make it back-to-back Bolton Sprint wins.
Cheers, thanks.
It was Dan Stake expecting a forward showing from Grand Nirvana following his first up effort. Well, Rich, it's a great race, a very good event. Which way are you going to go in the HD Bolton Sprint?
Fresh, Black in Time, at good odds Foxy Boy on an each-way basis, but I got Black in Time in front of Foxy Boy. Grand Nirvana I think can improve, and then bring in Megatic and Idyllic Prince next best.
Yeah, certainly a great race, Rich. Another horse I'd like to get your opinion on quickly is Broadway Belle. She's had a few trials. They've been pretty good efforts. What are your opinion?
Yeah, last trial was pretty good there at Lark Hill. Down the outside, was just nilled out over the final stages, but picked up very quickly. It was a really good trial. I think she's in for a great campaign again, Broadway Belle. Barrier 16 is going to make it tough in such a quality lineup.
All right, Rich, well, I'm going to go the top weight, number 1, Megatic. He was oh so close last campaign. I think the 60 kilos not a concern. The 1200 is, but he's fresh. I'm going to go race 7, number 1, Megatic on top. Very big respect for number 11, Foxy Boy. His effort in the Bunbury Stakes was outstanding. He loves this Belmont track. So for me, I'm backing number 1, Megatic, saving on 11, Foxy Boy.